Alrighty, hello everybody, my name is Cilantro. Welcome back to Let's Play TerraFirmaCraft. I have finished with the process of making vinegar, so that's good. I believe I can add 1 barrel of vinegar, or 1 bucket of vinegar to to a bucket of salt water, and then that turns it into a brine. And I want to make sure I get plenty of it filled up. This should be, okay, so a bucket of salt water, good. So that'll give me a brine, which I can then use to, to brine things. I believe you can brine anything, any food that's not of the grains category. So I might try brining some carrots. Like I have a ridiculous amount of carrots, so I feel like that's probably the best to experiment on. That way I can get an idea for exactly how effective it is in terms of we get 3 of them in there. 3. In terms of preserving the food, I'm not overly worried about my food supply for sure. I mean, if I can cobble my way or sort of hobble my way through the very first winter with very little in terms of the supply, I don't think I really need to worry about making it through a second winter with actual supplies. I'm not sure if my position here, like if making this into a sort of a cellar, I don't know if this is actually helping at all. Like if there's temperature concerns or anything like that. I really don't know. But it's cool. And I think it's really important that you do cool things when you play video games. Alright? Just so you guys know. Just be a cool guy. Just do cool things. Just cool. Put your shades on. Because you're cool. Just chilling. Just, yeah, I'm cool. We're putting things in our cellar in our dorky Minecraft game. Yeah, we're awesome. Alright. Couple more buckets here and I will be done. Fill in this. Anxious to see how this works out. I love all the little particular things. You can make some brine and some vinegar and stuff. It's really neat that they have all these extra little cool little systems that seem to make a difference. Having played this far through this mod, I really want to do this in multiplayer. I feel like this would be so much better in multiplayer. So sometime down the line, and it'll be a while, but sometime down the line, assuming I continue to enjoy playing Minecraft and this mod in particular, I will probably, let's see here, out, here we go, vinegar, okay, alright, put the vinegar in the brine, there we go, alright, brine, done. Sometime down the line, I will probably try to find a couple friends. Well, first of all, I need to find some friends. Nobody likes me. So that's gonna be the hardest part, is actually finding somebody who can stomach me for 5 seconds. But in all seriousness, I'll probably find some friends. Let's see here, seal. All right, we are brining some carrots, salty carrots, yum. And do a multiplayer series of this because there's just a lot of stuff you can do, and it's. Once you get established, at least, it's pretty trivial to provide for yourself. Or rather, I don't want to say it's trivial, but it's very easy to do things in excess that you otherwise wouldn't normally need or want to do. Like my food supply here, my food industry is way excessive. There's no way I need all of this stuff. You know what I mean? So I feel like delegating and making like a colony or a settlement or something where you have 5 different players, and one dude's your food guy, one dude's your building guy, one dude's your exploring guy, and you have your mining guy, and then you have Steve, who just never does anything. Literally Steve, Minecraft Steve. He just hangs out and just says, "Hey, bro, I got some. I'm just gonna guzzle up all your resources and not do anything." But even then, that's okay. You could totally do that with this mod. You could easily support infrastructure for a bum. That's fine. It's not a big deal. I'm really hoping I get to my. Oh, are these? Nope. Okay. Really hoping I can get to the point where plant these. I can finally see the nutrient levels so I can start proper crop rotation. Proper rotation. Proper crop rotation. Crop rotation. It would be really nice to be able to do that. Let me get all my resources together. So today I'm going to... Do I have them? Okay. I believe I have the mats to do a smelting. So we're going to smelt some ingots. We're gonna melt some ores down, get some ingots, and I'm gonna make a bunch of sheets. And then I'm gonna turn those sheets into double sheets because that's the next technological phase. My tool durability is fine. I don't really need tools right now, so I can devote my material to progressing. I'm not overly interested or concerned in progressing right now, but I do want to show off the forging process, how you make stuff, because it's really cool. It's extremely difficult, but it's really cool. So I want to show that off. So let me get my stuff, together, and I'll be back, and we'll forge some stuff. All right. So yeah, I decided to check out my brine. Apparently, brines do not take very long, and this is interesting. Interesting. So I kind of wish I could make brines out of vegetables because I have such a preponderance of vegetables, but since I have to burn fruit or grain, the two food groups I don't have a lot of, to make alcohol, to make vinegar, to make a brine. Look at this. I mean, I brine the carrots. That's good. Use the whole barrel. 9,600 units. So it must be, I guess, six units per ounce. That's ridiculous. I mean, hopefully they're going to be well prepared. Hopefully this is going to last a million years in terms of its freshness. But that's crazy. That's so crazy. Here I was just babbling on about how I had an excess of material, which I still do. That's just really surprising how much brine that I actually used. I mean, that's pretty much the entire thing. Okay. For my ceramic vessels. Okay. Yeah, like the entire thing. That's crazy. I'm going to have to expand my operation. Get some more fruit. Get some more alcohol. Get turned up. Get boozed up. Somebody in the comments, too, had said that you can use glass bottles to fetch alcohol. Because I was trying to move alcohol around before, and it wouldn't let me for whatever reason. Should I even bother using this? Let's see. So I could get 6 ounces of whatever brine. It's not even worth it. It's not even worth my time. I don't think so, at least. That just seems silly and excessive. All right, let's cut up the carrots here and drop them off. Yeah, we're gonna have to make some shelves. I may start putting some of my food supply, like sort of my food I want to currently use for sandwiches and such, up in the kitchen. That way I can have some of it on hand and then just have this for sort of long-term storage. So I'm not always having to run down to the basement to get stuff. Also, I did get some more feedback, too, and I think I'm going to go with this type of stair. Looks more particulate. This type of stair is nice and all, but I could easily replicate it with just sort of the chisel. Where's the chisel? There we go. So you can actually, one of the detail modes is you can just make stairs with something. You can see there. Same thing with slabs and then the actual detail mode. So I could just make stairs like that. They wouldn't have the cool little lip right there. But I could do it, theoretically. So I'm just going to grab all this. Yeah, I think between my own sensibility and the comments that I received, this is the style of stair that I want. Although, you know what? I think I'm going to fancy it up just a little bit. We're going to get a little fancy with it. All right. I feel like I'm Bob Ross all of a sudden, where I'm just like, oh, we're getting crazy. And really, I'm just making some stairs. It's not that big of a deal. Let's see here. Nope. No. 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 There we go. Happy little stairs. I don't know. Come to think of it, I feel like I'd be stubbing my toes on that all the time. You know what I mean? Be like trying to walk up the stairs, and I'd hook my toes under the lip of the stair and just trip. It's a little too excessive. If the stairs were bigger, the lip would make sense, but they're not, so they don't. So let's just go back the other way. Bam, 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 bam. I'm doing a really poor job of smelting, aren't I? I did say I was going to do that today. I should probably live up to my own promises. Come on. There we go. It's one of the problems with all these super ultra micro detail things is that sometimes it's hard to get the exact positioning. Oh, that's right. I kind of messed up this top little area there. No big deal. That's okay. We can just fix it. It's not a problem. Everything is fine. Nothing is ruined. I may look into... I'm going to finish this staircase. As in get it, you know, double wide. And once it's double wide, I'm going to take a look at it from the side and see if I want to put supports under it. Because I want to leave this open and exposed. I think it'd be kind of cool to have that. So I'm just going to do that. So, yeah, I'm going to take care of that. And then I'm really, for serious this time, going to get ready to do some smelting. So, I'll be back. So, I don't actually recall if I have shown off this recipe before. So, I'm just going to show it off anyway. 28 blocks of 25 unit tetrahedrite is 700 units of copper. 10 blocks of 25 unit bismuthinite is 250 units of bismuth. And 350 units of sphalerite. That is 1,300 units, and mathematically it's a ratio of about 19% bismuth, 53% copper, and 26% sphalerite, which is well within tolerances, which I apparently took my smelting sheet away. That's fine. I really want books. Long story short, these are the right proportions to cook these materials. You know, I think I'm actually going to make some more ceramic vessels. I've actually burned through most of them, as you can could see before from my playing the jug again. As you can see from my storage area, I've actually used quite a few of them. So rather than waste the material, since I'm going to be firing a pit kiln anyway, might as well do this. So future melting is probably going to take place in a crucible, which I don't actually have right now. I don't have a crucible made. I believe I need some other material for that. I'm not exactly sure entirely what... This is how you make a vessel, right? Yep, okay. Not exactly sure what you need for that off the top of my head. It may be one of those things that I have the technology for now, and I just need the bronze sheets. I really don't know. Though I would feel that a crucible would probably have to be of a metal that's got a high enough melting point that you could melt other metals in it without that metal melting itself. Metal melting. That's just my crazy trying to apply logic to this situation rationale there. And clay vessel done. I need my ceramic molds so I can actually place the ingots. Let's grab some thatch. Actually, we have straw on us already. And we need 8 of them. And we need 8 logs. And I want to continue to use the white cedar since I've got so much of it. Bam, 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 bam. Drop those in there. The age of the pit kiln is very quickly going to be a thing of the past. But we're still using them for now, so in the meantime, I'm just going to let these cook, and I'll be back. Alright, cooking is done. Let's grab all these. There we go, bismuth bronze. Did it correctly, so that's good. Have an inventory that's a complete mess with a bunch of nonsense in it, but that's fine too. Get all these ingots in there. I just wonder how much time I actually have to do all this. It's probably a little bit more time than I think. Need to drop some of this other stuff off real quick. Let's get some room. Throw it all in there. I don't care. Just get it in there. Good enough. Back to pouring out my bronze. So this whole forging system is pretty cool. I do have one complaint, though. I think it's a little too particular about how you go about it. I think it's just a little too nitpicky. And I think this is a recent change. I was looking through the wiki the other day about the whole system. I wanted to figure it out on my own in terms of the strategy for it, but there used to be a lot more tolerance for success, which I'll show you here in a little bit how that whole thing works, that they somewhat recently seem to have gotten rid of, to the point where it's just like, it's like, come on, man, really? You gotta make it that much harder, just as if this mod wasn't already sort of grindy and difficult. I don't know. I'm gonna quench all these just to make them so I can pop them out a little more quickly. I've had really good luck with my ingots, molding them recently and being able to save the molds. Not that the molds are overly expensive, but nice to save time and resources anytime you can do it. I also just checked a second ago, and we're actually just about to wrap up summer now, second summer. So we've been, I'll show you here. Yeah, just starting late summer. It's August, so food's been doing pretty good. Skill-wise, we're getting there in agriculture, butchering. We're getting there. Be really nice to get those all the way up and try out the different benefits for having higher level skill. So I'm not exactly sure what all each of those bring. I know that at higher levels of, I'm pretty sure higher levels of butchering just get you more food per time you butcher. I'm pretty sure that higher levels of agriculture may give you a higher chance of double seeds or higher yield, as well as the ability to seed nutrients, which I would really like very soon. Okay, so I need to heat up this fire. Let me grab some of the coal. There we go. So we're going to heat up the fire, and I want to show you guys the process of welding and working. So I will be back. All right, so I'm actually just still heating the fire up, but I wanted to show you guys this cool little thing. It's a bellows. Made it with some of my leather, as I did make 6 leather a couple days ago. Used 1 of it to make a quiver, and then 3 to make a bellows. And you can use it to accelerate the heating of your fire. Now, I believe it doesn't actually affect the rate at which your processing happens. So, like for example, these, I don't think that goes any faster, but it will at least get the fire up to. Not only will it get it to higher temperatures, but it'll get it to temperature more quickly. If that makes any sense. So yeah, each of these is going to go through a bunch of different heating phases until they get to a workable stage and then a weldable stage, or maybe vice versa. I think maybe weldable and then workable. So I'm just going to let them get to that point, and I will show you the working process. Alright, so they are currently at the can weld, can work stage. They're eventually going to get to a danger stage where they are in danger of melting. So right about when they get to that, I like to pull them from the fire and actually do what I need to do. So first thing we need to do is we need to weld them together. So we're just going to take these two and weld them. So now they are a double ingot. And then I want to make them into sheets. So they're still plenty hot. So you put them in the center here. You select a plan for sheet. And that puts them as that choice. And now you can use these various little buttons to manipulate the metal to get it to, basically you have to move the green arrow to the red arrow. They're probably going to cool down before I really have a chance to do this, so I'll just continue explaining. Each of these different materials has each of these different buttons has a certain distance that it moves the arrow. Green moves it to the right, red moves it to the left, and they're all different types of actions for smithing. So you have like hits and draws and upsets and punches and bends and shrinks. Not really sure what all of them actually really mean, but just know that you need to use these to move the arrow around. Secondly, to finish the object properly, you have to obey some rules, and the different styles of material, whatever you're trying to make, have different rules. So for example, for sheets, the rules are that the last 3 moves that you do have to be hits, which these are the 3 hits right here. And then certain other things have different rules entirely. So like for the mace, you have to bend during not the last one, so I guess the second and third to last. You have to shrink not last, and then you have to hit it last. And those are just the rules that you have to follow. You can use all these other buttons as many times as you want, but if you want to actually get the final product done properly, you have to finish it with those last 3 rules. And sometimes it can be any combination of 3 things. Sometimes it has to be very specific things in very specific orders. It's pretty cool. The problem is that there's not a lot of transparency. You don't really know. There's no concrete evidence on exactly how far to the left or right any of these are going to hit or adjust the bar. I've made a few notes on exactly how much it does affect things proportionally. If I remember right, I think 2 draws are equal to 1 shrink and 2 bends. But I don't believe that 2 bends are equal to 1 shrink. So there's some odd proportioning going on that I'm not really certain about. And as I continue to work the metal and learn, I'm probably going to write down more of these sort of relationships, these sort of, I don't know what you want to call them. Proportions between how far each things work. And hopefully from there I'll be able to decipher some actual, or effectively decipher some actual numbers. So I'm just going to reheat these real quick so I can actually make sheets out of them. We need a bunch of sheets and then subsequently double sheets in order to progress in terms of the tech. You also need sheets for armors and such, which is probably something we're going to be needing to replace at some point. Although I may wait until iron to be able to actually do that. So, alright, so these have gotten really close to the point where I want to just pull them. Good enough. And I did find out one. I'm going to pause it so I don't lose any heat here. So I'm just going to pause it. I did find one for sure recipe where, because when you're making these objects, whether it's a sheet or a tool head or whatever, the rules are consistent, and the part of the bar you need to get the material to is also consistent. And I just happened to stumble upon a formula for making sheets reliably, and that is, and you can barely see it out of the corner here, 9 upsets followed by 3 light hits. So if I go to the anvil, if I put this on here, I choose the sheet plan, and I do 9 upsets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 3 light hits, bam, we get a sheet, just like that. And I can do the same thing here. Do the plans, 9 upsets, and 3 light hits, and we're done. And there you go. So that's how you make sheets, and then we can quench them since they are pretty much done. And I can continue processing these. And as you can see, it definitely takes a lot of your hunger to do this. So it's something you got to be very careful about, that you're going to burn through your hunger very quickly while smithing. Which actually, yeah, I'm almost out of bread now. How's our grain category? Well, it's getting there. Still pretty far behind. I'd really like to find a cow at some point so I can do some dairy. Anyway, I'm going to process a couple more of these, and I'll be back. So I just noticed I'm actually out of time for this episode. I'm going to have to go ahead and wrap it up here, but I think between episodes I'm just going to go ahead and finish all of this processing. So I did look it up. The next technological step is what's called a bloomery. A bloomery is it's sort of a structure you make in the world, and that allows you to melt down various iron ores into an iron bloom, and then you work that iron bloom on the anvil to work out the impurities, and that's how you get iron. From there, I need a blast furnace and crucible, I believe, in order to progress to the steel technology, which is still mostly made of iron, but it's like a second tier of iron. This is basically the fourth tier is steel, and then from then on, you can actually get different alloys of steel that are even stronger. So we're definitely progressing pretty well. I'm not overly in a hurry to jump through the different technologies because I still actually fundamentally want to be focusing on building my house. But I really did owe you guys a showing off this sort of construction of the various ingots and whatnot, as I did do a lot of that on that live stream that I did a while back, and I felt like just to make it complete, I should show this stuff off too. So thanks for watching this episode, guys, and I will see you next time for some more TerraFirmaCraft.